a chance. What drama!
What about the Golden Lions? Perfect season. This is what it means. A quite extraordinary final.
And the celebrations begin.
Carling Currie Cup action coming to you live from the Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein. It's round 6 between the Toyota Cheetahs and DHL Western Province. Both these teams have had their bye in the competition, and the Toyota Cheetahs unbeaten coming into this game. A home fixture against DHL Western Province. Very warm in the City of Roses earlier this afternoon, but a decent little chill in the air now, as we gradually see spectators returning to stadiums. A lot of comment in the last 48 hours around when it is going to be opened up even more to allow more than the currently allowed 2,000 spectators in sports stadiums across all sporting codes. And Western Province, they will be captained from the side of the scrum by Namaklaba, who forms a back row combination with Marcel Tennyson and Keke Morabe, the latter in his first season of Currie Cup rugby. Another in his first season, Nombo Zwelandaba, in the midfield with Cornell Smith. He made his debut in the first round of this competition off the bench. Tristan Lades returns from injury to fullback, and an all-new halfback combination of Thomas Bursey and Cade Voliter. And the Free State Cheetahs at home this evening, coming off a 66 points to 14 win at home here in Bloemfontein against the Sigma Lions, and they really are looking like the powerful force in this competition. Good consistency in selection. A number of the other teams having to balance the requirements of United Rugby Championship and Carling Currie Cup rugby. But Harvey's Currie and his coaching team have been able to select with a reasonable amount of consistency and bringing so much stability to the team. Springboks Ruan Pienaar and Frans Steyn in jerseys 9 and 12 respectively. Pienaar captaining the side. Sia Masuku has been a joy to watch in the number 10 jersey, and that's a very mobile pack of forwards. Victor Sekekete is excellent in the line out, but also quick around the park. And Gideon van der Merwe, Jean-Ray Rudolph and Miklali Morsi, an outstanding back row. Van der Merwe in particular has been a menace at the breakdown in this competition. So DHL Western Province, just one win for them in the competition so far. That in their opening game against the Sigma Lions at home. Since then they've gone down to the Bulls at home, the Sharks away, and then most recently a very narrow defeat at the hands of Griquas in Kimberley by 22 points to 20. So we await the arrival of the Toyota Cheetahs, who will be welcomed by the revving engines of the motorbikes lined up on the field, forming their guard of honour. And I'm joined in commentary by a man who knows this field well. He played in this jersey. He also played in the jersey of Western Province. Former Springbok hooker, Hanyani Shamagi.
Good afternoon, Matthew. Well, always a big game. Remember running out the Cheetahs change when Western Province came into town. You could see through the selection. Harvey's Currie, who's not unfortunately sick. So Malusi Mtetwa as a stand-in head coach. But plenty of experience. You look at that man, Ruan Pienaar. He can drive a team forward. He's got the calmness, also the accuracy to make it happen. Another experienced guy who we haven't really spoken about, Schalk Ferreira. Packed down with him a couple of times. A long time ago, I must say. But what a player he is. The battle between him and Namaklava will be exciting.
The referee is Morne Ferreira, Yaku Kutsia, and Gwendile Jadisweni are the assistant referees, and Quinton Immelman has got you, the TMO. Cade Voliter with ball in hand. Just a 4th appearance in Currie Cup rugby for young Cade Voliter. Really unlucky with injury last season. Good to see him back and getting some starts in this competition. And Volita's kicked very tight to that far touchline. And away by Ruan Pienaar. On to Tristan Lades. And away by Pienaar now for Cohen Jasper. And Frans Steyn, bomb of a boot downfield from inside his own half, and well, just not getting the bounce of the ball. It's gone touch in goal, and they'll come all the way back for a scrum. He has been a master of the 50-22. And that kick being launched from just outside the Cheetahs' 22-meter area.
Yeah, wonderful opportunity. So Frans Steyn, he generally gets those right, Matthew. You're right, he is the master of the 50-22. We've seen some good ones. Also, must say so, some good ones in Kimberley when the Bulls played Grecos with Chris Smith. It's a nice opportunity to get field territory, but that's a risk also. You can overcook it, which has happened, but nice opportunity. Have a look at Tristan Lades down the blind side, a beautiful little blind. Also Keke Morabe at the back of the scrum, good carrier who can make things happen.
And straight down on the engagement, so a reset scrum. Feeding it for Western Province, Thomas Bursey. Just one game at this level last season.
Yeah, Bursey's a good player. You saw that scrum collapsing. It's just not. Also, the early stages, generally the ref will let it go. So, looking for stability. Lee Marvin Mazabuko against Kalk Ferreira on this side. Scrum battle always interesting. Queens of Plus here against Aronos. Kutia.
Well, he's gone straight to the penalty, has Morne Ferreira, after just the one reset. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a harsh. He says, look, he lost his feet. That scrum went down similar to the first one. So if it's against Lee Marvin Mazabuka, it wasn't really pancaking because his legs are still up. It's the upper body that goes down, and that's a shape issue. Look at the scrum there. Lee Marvin Mazabuka, his legs go down last, but collapses earlier on, way before that.
Another bomb of a boot, taking play all the way down to just outside the Western Province 22-meter area. And the throw to the middle, just a little juggle there from Ikhlali Morsi. But he managed to keep the ball under control. Pienaar away to a pot of forwards. He has a quick ruck ball now. Sia Masuku. Defensive line very quickly up onto Sia Masuku, shutting down the potential offload. And Ben Jason Dixon, in just his second appearance in this competition, effecting the turnover. Very versatile forward Dixon. Plenty of games for Stellenbosch University in the Varsity Cup, and plays both on the side of the scrum and in the second row.
Yeah, showing his mobility, his ability to play in the second row. Also makes a tackle straight over it. Masuku probably needed to work hard on the ground and call back, but you saw Kate Volita. I mean, that penalty was on the 10-meter line. Look where they've ended up. So really good exit, or really good penalty kick from Kate Volita.
JJ Kotsa with the throw for Western Province, goes towards the tail. Bursey finds Keke Morabe. And the Cheetahs flooding the breakdown. Namaklaba had plenty of work to do to restore that possession. Connor Evans former South African schools player, making his way at this level of the game. Seeing so many SA schools and SA under-20 players featuring prominently in this season's edition of the Currie Cup, but this time it's Jean-Andre Rudolph who gets over the ball and wins the turnover for the Cheetahs, and away by Pinar from inside his 22. Not finding touch, Tristan Lades quickly into stride and beating a couple of defenders. Bursey off the left boot, no one back there for the Cheetahs. It's a long path to travel for Jasper.
So close, good kick from Thomas Bursey. I don't think where Jasper was he was the other side of the field. That's why it's well spotted. He sees there's no one home here. But look, it's so close. Angelo Davids actually wins the race. He gets a boot on that. He's in business.
Angelo Davids with 3 tries in just 2 appearances in this Currie Cup competition so far this season. He's made a couple of appearances in a Stormers jersey in the United Rugby Championship as well. Devastatingly quick. He had some issues with the referee's microphone.
It wouldn't be Currie Cup game without those issues. We've seen this so many times.
Man receiving attention, Jean-Andre Rudolph, who's done the rounds a bit in South African rugby circles, played in the jersey of the Leopards, the Blue Bulls and the Pumas. He missed the first round of this competition, but was just delighted to be back. Saw him get his first match off the bench against the Vodacom Bulls in a game that the Cheetahs won by 38 points to 25 in round 2 at Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria. Big game coming up later this evening as well. We've already seen Crick was downing the Lions by 49 points to 17 in Kimberley, and after this game it's the Vodacom Bulls against the Cell C Sharks. Shortened defensive line out for the Toyota Cheetahs, and some very effective work done at the line out. Strong carry from Gideon van der Merwe as well to set it up. Now Lades with Angelo Davids giving chase. And the ball available here for Western Province after that excellent kick chase from Angelo Davids. Away by Cornel Smith. Cade Volata. Cut out ball. Finds JJ Kotza. That is Captain Namaklaba away to his left. Opted to come inside. Now Klaba setting the ruck. Excellent build up here. Tennyson. And Smith. Expensive ball over the top for Sergio Peterson, and inside for Tristan Lades. Back for Peterson once again. Here's Connor Evans. Bursey. Peterson. Looking for the kick for Davids, and just couldn't gather on the second grab, but he definitely got a hand to it the first time and lost it forward.
Almost. For Western Province, Sergio Peterson is going across. He spots the space at the back. Angelo Davids. There's a couple of opportunities Western Province had there, but retaining position pretty well, building up a lot of pressure. So close. So the first scrum was a penalty against Western Province. Let's have a look here. In the setup, it was a collapse. So what you want is scrum completion, so it actually becomes a contest.
You spoke about the experience of Schalk Ferreira on the loose head side for the Cheetahs in the front row. Also Aranos Kutsia, a Namibian international, on the tight head for the Cheetahs. And the cross kick from Ruan Pienaar, well, it's kept in field, and Sergio Peterson, well, it's been called back by the referee, and it's a penalty for offside.
Oh, that's why I was wondering why Ruan Pienaar actually went for that kick. He knew they had a free play.
And Frontstein making no mistake, finding touch about 11 meters still inside his own half, but some anxious moments there. One with Angelo Davids almost getting to Peterson's cross kick in the corner. Marnus van der Merwe and Victor Sekekete, another of the former South African under-20 internationals. He played in 2014 in the Junior World Championship in New Zealand. Pienaar, Steyn, running hard at the half cap, and a beautiful offload in contact for Ervadi Boshoff. Oh, just a little mistake there. Gideon van der Merwe was the man who lost it forward.
Yeah, that was, he lost it forward because Nama Klava made the tackle. He went for the steal and then he wasn't in it. Then he decides to actually counter-rack because the Cheetahs play. So Nama Klava's in the middle of that rack. Look what he does here. Because he's moving back, he actually picks the player's legs up. He manages to disrupt the breakdown.
Just another brief stoppage for some attention to Morne Ferreira's microphone. You would have noticed that I haven't been hearing the shrill blasts on the whistle, most notably for that last penalty, nor his calls. That sounds better.
Okay, perfect. Yes. The second lifter coming on the side. Will do. Yep.
Sekekete in partnership with Oki Barnard in the second row this evening. Barnard replacing Aiden Davis,
Very good
who
keep it up.
started his professional career as a loose forward, but has made a good shift in the second row for the Cheetahs in this competition. A reminder that the Toyota Cheetahs sit proudly atop the Carling Currie Cup log at the moment. 4 victories from their 4 games so far. And after this evening, they will face the Sharks away in Durban
Time off.
next Wednesday.
What's wrong?
That's going to be a hell of a game. It's getting tight at the top, but
Keep your body weight. Stay in the contest.
Sharks, Bulls, Cheetahs leading the way with Crickwas. Got another convincing win at home. Bouncing back from the Bulls game.
Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Down on this near side, but available for Thomas Bursey. Volater goes to the boot.
22.
And the mark called by Cohen Jasper. Very quick to turn. And a good turn of acceleration as well from the Cheetahs fullback. Clayton Blommetjies started this Carling Currie Cup season in the fullback jersey for the Cheetahs, but Cohen Jasper getting his 3rd appearance of the competition here this evening. Jojo Kotza. Dixon, the target at the front. Way to Volata, and beautifully out the back from Zwelendaba. Sergio Peterson had made his way across from his right wing, but the ball spilt and turned over by the Cheetahs. A cross kick is from France, staying for Ruan Pienaar.
Usually when that kick goes up, they call advantage over it, unless it's penalty advantage. Yeah, Tristan Lakes looked up. You can see as he got that ball, he actually looked up to see what was in front of him.
Yeah.
Tristan Lades back from injury. Younger brother of Springbok Dylan Lades, who's now playing his rugby in France.
Very good.
We've got 10 test caps for the Springboks. Very elusive runner, loves the opportunity to counter.
Look! Let's go, back five on me. There's no one there.
Crouch. Point.
Yeah, the problem is that both teams they're not balanced on the setup, so they're actually transferring weight. And when it becomes too much, you actually can't get down in that crouch position. So the deload for both teams a little bit too hectic.
Let's go. Keep it up. Let's go.
Crouch. Point.
Which one's good?
Set. Hold.
Much better from both packs that time. Away from the base from Pienaar. And out the back from Masuku. Long floated ball from France, staying for Malcolm Yar. Gets away from Lades. Eventually tipped over by Zwelendaba. Masuku. And Rudolph. Running hard and straight. His pass intercepted.
No white. No, leave it.
Well,
Rock already formed and you're off your feet.
they were told to leave it alone. It was Jandre Rudolph who had given away the ball after a promising run, who just couldn't resist. Now, you spoke about this before the game. This is 60 meters on the angle, and you said Cade Volata won't have a problem lining these ones up at altitude.
If the rock's already formed, just stay off it.
Well, Matthew, even at sea level, I think the first game, I remember, I think at Greenpoint, one of the first few games he played, which AJ Kotze standing on the 5 meter line, he called the penalty, called it for the ball, and smashed it over. Took everyone by surprise, but he does have a massive boot. Very good kick out, coming back from a long injury layoff. But this is definitely within his reach.
Is this a case of laying down a little challenge to France Steyn on his home turf?
Just watch where this lands, once he connects it.
Yeah, it's about 7 or 8 meters inside his own half and 20 meters in from touch. It's certainly got plenty on it. It's over. Brilliant kick from Cade Volata. What a way to open his account.
The man can't kick. Cade Volata, cool, calm, collected. Didn't hesitate once that penalty was given, went straight for it.
Sia Masuku with the restart. And out the back of the hand for Sergio Peterson from Marcel Tennyson. Just a little tight to the touchline.
I'm happy. No.
Now that was good little skill from Marcel Tennyson. So Marcel Tennyson does well. Small little opportunity, but look, he actually looks at the defender. Then he sucks in with his eyes. Then he's forced to commit the defender. Then he gets that ball out the back door.
Cheetahs, let's go.
So good little skill from the flank.
Numbers. 6. Open up at the back. That's clear gap.
Marnus van der Merwe. 6 in the line out for the Cheetahs. And Sekekete is the target, lost forward. The DHL Western Province pack not afraid at any line out so far, and a Cheetahs throw to put men in the air. Just that disruptive influence that they're having at line out time.
Got to square up.
Yeah, it's perceived pressure. We saw the Cheetahs have got a very good maul, so
Very good, keep it up.
the next step after this is to actually stop the maul, but just went over Victor Seketekete's hands.
As soon as there's stability, just a feed, please.
Jay, hook a lot sooner.
Stay low there, settle. Let's go. Score it, go, Let's go. Yeah. P3.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Percy has it. Cornell Smith, the first receiver, and away to Tristan Lade's double cutout passes there to get the ball in the hands of Angelo Davids out on the left wing.
First one on his feet, holding on.
And that was good from Daniel Kasende. Made the tackle straight over the ball. I think Tristan Lade's probably a little bit late on the clean. Good Western Province might look to kick for territory there. That's a good touch finder. So under pressure because of that breakdown, but really
Happiness.
nice groundwork from Kasende. Tackle on the ball,
Okay, let's keep the gap there.
locked in, nice and tight, fights off the cleans. Actually
Keep the
dragging
gap at the back.
Angela Davids on the ground.
Couple of tries in those 3 appearances for Kasende as well. This time no contest from Western Province. Sekekete inside the 5-meter tram line, but the maul rumbling on. But a foot in touch.
They get their original bind.
Looked like the
They get their
Cheetahs,
original bind.
thought the Cheetahs had almost broken through down the short blind. Manus van der Merwe, little foot.
Shortened line out called
Ball over.
by Western Province. Even happy to maul off the back of that. Keke Morabe with a carry up to the 22. This has created some decent space for the clearance. Percy with a decent left boot. He hasn't got nearly the distance he wanted. That was a complete slice off the side of the boot after the hard work had been done to create an angle for him.
Yeah, it looked like he rushed that a bit, Matt. If the box kick they're setting, trying to get the length from the back of that rack, then look to put the contestable out, but didn't really make much meter, so that pressure still back on. Western Province Cheetahs will look to get a good return here. So went for the maul first up, stepped out, set up for a maul again.
This time it's Sekekete with the lift and Barnard with the take. Frans Steyn running hard at the defence, setting up a midfield ruck, and Pinar has quick ball. Rudolph.
Lost it, blue.
Pinar, and back inside from Jasper to Kasende. It's a big hit on Oki Barnard. Rudolph once again. Sia Masuku, Steyn draws a good tackle out of Cornell Smith.
No blue. That's fine, ball's available.
Michali Morsi. And now Van der Merwe. And Sia Masuku met hard in the tackle. Strong counter ruck from Western Province as well. They've done well to defend. Up goes Angelo Davids, lost back off his hands. Cornell Smith.
Play it, you've got it, play it.
On the ground, but Morsi comes away with it, and the offload needed to go to hand. Vardy Boshoff was out there to the right of Mkhlali Mosi.
Yeah, and you can see the excitement, almost a good, exciting leg drive from him, trying to punch through down there. Did all the hard work, dominating contact. Yeah, the tackler needs to roll away. But Mosi gets that ball out, good offload from him, right idea. It's exciting player, Mkhlali Mosi. Good skills at the back of the scrum, high work rate, can also
Good.
defend pretty well. It was PJ Dixon that was putting in all those hits.
Okay, time on.
JJ Kotze in his first appearance
Time's on. Yeah.
of this Currie Cup campaign for DHL Western Province.
On attack. Have a look.
And waiting on the bench, Lucanio Vukozela. We'll talk more about him as he awaits a potential Currie Cup debut. As we so often see at a 5-metre line out from the defending side. Ball over the top past the 15. With their team only having to advance 5 metres to claim possession. What does Bursey do this time? Is he going to try the clearance himself again? Much better from the scrum half. Excellent kick, and that's been lost forward by Daniel Kasende. It's a massive territory gain off the boot of Thomas Bursey.
A better kick from him. Kasende, he'll be gutted with that. Such a good player. And Matthew, what you're trying to do is catch the ball and actually jump back in. It's almost focused on that rather than actually getting the ball first, looking to catch it and then jump in. So messed it up. So good passage of attack and defense from both sides in the Western Province 22-metre area.
Good scrum, let's keep it up. Square up.
25 minutes in then, and just a solitary penalty from Cade Voliter from 60 metres. The difference between the two sides.
Crouch.
Not one other attempted goal from either side.
Set.
Away by Bursey. Cornel Smith again. Second time they're using him as first receiver off the back of a set piece. Dixon had to go all the way down to his bootlaces, couldn't hold on.
Oh, messy pass. See Bursey throwing the ball down. So that pass is on the bootstraps, dips on him. Actually better off just kicking that forward, to be honest.
So Western Province having much the better of the territorial battle.
Keep it up.
Seen some decent kicks out of hand.
No.
Happiness.
From Cade Voliter so far. Aranos Kutsia, he's played in 2 Rugby World Cups for Namibia, 2015, 2019, 18 starts at tight head in his 24 test matches. And he too making a first appearance for the Cheetahs in this year's competition. 33rd in total.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's a second scrum penalty going the way of the Cheetahs. The man penalised is Lee Marvin Mazibuko.
Yeah, you could see on the hit already Western Province going back slightly. So losing his footing. Could Fonstein make it here if he kicked for goal?
No doubt that he could, but it really hasn't been their style in this campaign so far, has it? They really wanted to go try hunting.
So already backwards on the hit. You can see the pressure being built up by Schalk Ferreira. Then it goes down, so Western Province needing to work a lot harder on that hit.
It's been an extraordinary career, that of Schalk Ferreira, hasn't it? So it's over, or supposedly over, a number of times through injury. Now still playing at the age of 38.
More inside the 5.
No jump from Barnard, went straight to him at the front.
Back off Blue.
Western Province somehow finding a way to poach that ball. Bercy apparently very happy to take responsibility up that left side with the left boot, but Kate Volater has been available to him each time, and very deep with a massive boot on him.
Yeah, I think the strategy, you don't want to kick long kicks to a back three with Currie, Jasper, Kasende and Malcolm here, otherwise you give them time to counter-attack. So rather look to kick the ball out, but Western Province are stopping Mauls pretty well, so they won't mind another line out. Have a look. France Day saw his first run.
More.
You just mentioned it. Look how quickly Western Province were able to drive in on the ball carrier there. Pienaar just interfered with there. Gedeon van der Merwe having to take over at scrum half. Another aggressive surge from France Day, and van der Merwe back on his feet to make himself available as a ball carrier. Pienaar, Steyn, Masuku and Jasper. Zwelendaba going for the rip in the tackle, missed it though. Carry from Schalk Ferreira, Pienaar, Masuku. Now Vardy Bosov was looking for the offload in contact, away by Mazibuko and Lades. Zwelendaba, advantage called over for the knock.
Play on. Knocking a tackle from white, then a knock on from blue. First infringement.
No, there was potential there for a counter-attack from deep. The sort of opportunity that Tristan Lades relishes.
Time off.
Yeah, Schalk Ferreira down. I think he got a head knock. See that the defense here has been pretty aggressive there. You can see what Bosov's trying to do, you know.
So if they're bound and they keep the original bind, and they not change it, then it's not side entry. So if they keep the original bind, they're fine.
If they're not in front of the guys, if they're not
where they originally bound, if they're behind the ball originally, that's fine.
Yeah, so usually when you see good defense like that, or good leg tackle, something that unlocks it is an offload, and Bosov was trying to get that ball away. But for Western Province, you know, you don't want to tackle too long. Eventually something's going to break. For the Cheetahs, they're working very hard, but they want to get a return. They've tried them all 3 or 4 times and haven't really managed to break through, using France Day and his big runs to try and dent that defensive line.
Some very happy young spectators had just spotted themselves on the big screen here at Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein. A busy sporting afternoon and evening here. There's a CSA one-day cup cricket match on at Mangaung Oval, just behind the stadium, and we're told there's some athletics on soon as well, which great to see athletics making a comeback to our screens on Supersport as well. So a full program of Carling Currie Cup rugby this evening. If you just joined us, Griquas defeated the Lions 49 points to 17 in Kimberley. prior to this game. The unbeaten Toyota Cheetahs facing DHL Western Province, and then coming up at the conclusion of this game, it'll be the Vodacom Bulls against the South Sea Sharks.
Time on.
Let's go.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Ball's available. 7. Ball's not out yet.
That scrum was just about to disintegrate, and Jean-Ray Rudolph was the man penalised for going through onto Thomas Bursey before the scrum was complete. And Cade Volata finding an excellent touch from the ensuing penalty.
Yeah, Western Province going for the big scrum, so that scrum starts going forward. Ferreira turns in.
Okay, on the line, Cheetahs.
Rudolph just outbound there. I think it was too tempting because the ball was at the 8-man's feet.
5 in. On the line.
6 on receiver, 6 on receiver.
Marcel Tennyson at the tail, and Namaklaba got it back, but that was forward. So there's been a number of frustrating little unforced errors with ball in hand from Western Province. It's denied them rhythm and continuity.
Also be 15.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if Namaklaba is meant to get this ball
Work on stage right.
because he was the rip. I'm trying to see if maybe something, usually that is either the hook or the wing. Getting that's a wasted opportunity from Western Province. But it's an arm wrestle. Currently both teams not converting that pressure into points.
That's an outstanding piece of strapping on the head of Schalk Ferreira there.
That must be a big cut.
Yeah, if that stays on and doesn't slip upwards during the course of this game, it would be seriously impressive.
Okay, that's both
When he went
sides.
down earlier on, just before there was a little break, just to strap that up, so it's nothing he hasn't seen. Or foul, a couple of stitches in the head, he'll be fine.
38th birthday just over a month ago.
Can we get you guys
Played in
the line? So you're a little bit
the
at the
blue and
front,
white hoops
just a
of
little bit
Western
back
Province, also at Boerland. Had a stint in Toulouse in France after playing for the Eastern Province Kings, then returned to the Eastern Province before moving here to play in the colours of the Toyota Cheetahs.
Bind.
The endless youth of Schalk Ferreira. I almost wonder where he's going next. Away by Pinar. Masuku. Huge boot from Sia Masuku. And a lot of distance for Tristan Lades to make. Gets his pass to Sergil Peterson. Strong kick chase from Jean-Ray Rudolph. Bursey away to Dixon. Evans. And Faber. Wild pass out the back. Zwelendaba had to go back to fetch it. Does well to recreate a little bit of lost momentum for Western Province. Away by Volata, and here is Angelo Davids.
High tackle.
High tackle on Davids.
High tackle. 14.
Penalty against Daniel Kasende.
Yeah, I was wondering, Angelo Davids really is going to go for the chip and change, but you forget how strong Angelo Davids is actually with the ball. He beats. He's got good leg drop, very balanced runner. Look at him. He's looking at him in the eyes, trying to take his man on. He went for the big bounce, actually. But Kasende too high. Look at his eyes. He's not going in. He's actually staring at him.
Let's go, Blue.
And going for him.
5 in.
Very strong legal tackle as well from Evadi Boshoff, getting his first opportunity. at outside centre after David Brits and Robert Everson had filled that number 13 jersey for the Cheetahs during the first 4 matches of the campaign. Cornel Smith held up by Rudolph and Van der Merwe. Haber brought down by Morsi.
Not gone.
Well, that's gone forward from Western Province, and advantage called over as Frans Steyn makes the kick. Beautifully done by Sergil Peterson, and then Tristan Lades going for the 50-22 and losing out.
Close. Close.
Good one.
No one was home, so it was on from Tristan Lades. We saw an early one from Frans Steyn.
Yeah, the first bounce didn't favour him. Just took a little kick to the right. Oh dear.
3.
Thought he had it.
I change it tight head. I think it's Moana Kutia on for Aranos. Kutia.
Now we saw Aranos Kutia receiving some attention a couple of phases ago. He now leaves to be replaced by Marne Kutsia, getting a 27th Currie Cup appearance, former South African schools and South Africa under-20 player. Opa Mahoche, little wave to the crowd. He knows where the camera is, always. One of the more memorable smiles in the game as well. Teboho Mahoche.
Yeah, and how good has he been for the Cheetahs? Obviously all trying to come back from a long injury now. The real figure is trying against the Crusaders here years ago. Opa Mahoche.
Okay.
It's good to see that Aranos Kutsia hasn't gone straight down to the medical room. It was obviously
It's tactical,
perhaps more of a niggle. And certainly haven't been struggling at scrum time.
Yeah, he went down earlier on.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
4 players away to the left of the scrum, but Pienaar goes right for Boshoff. Kasende away to his right, but opting to take the contact. Maklali Morsi.
Turnover's good.
And turnover made by Western Province. Klaba
No hands.
secures on the ground. Bursey. Was there a touch on that from a Cheetahs player?
Fall back. No.
Obviously not, because
It's inside.
otherwise that would have been ruled to be carried back.
Let's go.
Some trouble for Nombo Zwelendaba.
It's just a dead leg, I reckon. Actually, I think it was Bursey. I just heard a scream, but that was Bursey when he kicked the ball. Zwelendaba was fine. Got a dead leg. He's had a busy old game, I must say. Remember, there was also Rikus Pretorius on the bench.
Numbers. 5.
Yeah, he's going to try shake it off.
Now 2 of the backline players on the bench for Western Province this evening, Pretorius and Tim Sweel, both fulfilled that role for the Stormers in the United Rugby Championship of the weekend. Zwelendaba straight back into it.
Not on the ball.
Dixon's carry, then Tiernison. And Volata with Lades to his inside, keeps it alive in contact. Quenzo Blossa.
He didn't take it.
Tiernison to back for Volata. And an awkward bouncing ball here. Sergil Peterson just couldn't get a boot to it. Malcolm Yar is hauled into touch by Zwelendaba. It could have been dangerous. That kick from Cade Volata, had the bounce been a little different, Sergio Peterson had made good ground, but...
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, that is offside.
Yeah, it's out of play.
Came off a Cheetahs player, but not spotted.
It's outside of play.
But Western Province, especially this stage of the game, you're going to get a return from the pressure that's been built up. We've seen a lot of play from this game, but not a lot of scoring.
JJ Kotsa, he was looking for Connor Evans, but Sekekete got up in front of him to steal with a tap. Peterson gets away from Masuku. Some strong work from Oki Barnard. And the penalty at the breakdown.
If you're going to shout at me like that again, I'm going to reverse the penalty.
Victor Sekekete has been vocal through much of this game.
I can see the Cheetahs aggressive at the ground. After this tackle, look how many players are over that ball. That answers your question.
Yeah, I said it would be impressive if it made the end of the game. I didn't mean the end of the half.
Over the 15.
Down by Sekekete. Not the ball that Pienaar wanted. Into the midfield from Masuku for Frans Steyn. He gets a knee to the ground. Mosi steps one, but can't evade Kwenzo Blose. And then Pienaar. The kick for Fanameva to chase. Percy is back. Tristan Lades. Little touch on that from a Cheetahs player, and so wonderful appreciation from Ben Jason Dixon. Able to grab that ball ahead of Ruan Pienaar. That was a wild and unnecessary pass in the circumstances.
Yeah, I wonder how costly it will be. Take the ball, take it up if you're not sure.
Yeah, it's before the whistle, before the return.
And a whole litany of errors in that passage of play from both sides. Miflari Mosi just looking in a little bit of discomfort. He'll be happy to get to the safety of the dressing room. So just still that one penalty kicked from 60 metres out by Cade Volata separates these two teams. Not a single shot at goal for the home side, the Toyota Cheetahs, looking to go 5 out of 5 in this competition. They have been a try-scoring machine over the course of their first 4 matches, with wins over the Griquas, the Vodacom Bulls, the Pumas and the Lions.
Just control the band.
But really have not yet found their magic. Looking for a far more effective second 40.
Fine. Set.
7 handling errors from Western Province, 4
no stability
from the Cheetahs, and this is the first time that Western Province are getting benefit at scrum time, and Cade Volata happy to tap the ball from the free kick and kick it into touch to bring an end to the first half. And it's his monster penalty that separates the teams, the only attempted goal from either side. And half-time at Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein in this Carling Currie Cup game. It's the Cheetahs 0, Western Province 3.
Let's take it from the top.
Just about a full moon. Is it a bad moon rising? In Bloemfontein. Toyota Cheetahs scoreless in the first half. The log leaders in the Carling Currie Cup coming in to round 6. Both these teams have had their byes in the competition. And the Cheetahs 4 victories from their 4 games. Namaklava, the Western Province captain, there with Cornell Smith. There'll be a couple of changes for Western Province. Rickus Pretorius on the field in jersey number 23. There he is. He came off the bench for the Stormers in the United Rugby Championship victory over Zebre in Stellenbosch on Sunday. And then also Godlin Masimla wearing jersey 21. He replaces Thomas Bursey at scrum half. Connor Evans there.
Well, it's all about experience. You look at Connor Evans in the second half. Young Western Province team.
And Quenzo Blosser just waiting to make the lift. There is Godlin Masimla.
Yeah, he does have an eye for a gap, Godlin Masimla. But both teams, you need cleaning up at the breakdown. It's been pretty messy, especially towards the end of the second half. A lot of diving over players joining in from the side. Needs to be cleaned up. But massive half. You know, the experience of the Cheetahs against the youth of Western Province.
And Masimla getting a 34th appearance in Currie Cup rugby here this evening. So good experienced man to be able to call on from the bench. Tim Sweel also on the bench for Western Province with 27 Currie Cup appearances to his name, largely across the starting 15. A relatively inexperienced Western Province combination. Sergil Peterson with 46 Currie Cup caps this evening, by far the most experienced man in the squad. And Sia Masuku, it's the second half underway, kicks deep onto Sergil Peterson, very tight to that right touchline. And almost a turnover.
Oh, the breakdown's been messy.
So Masimla gets an opportunity to clear early on. Excellent clearance it is too.
I saw the breakdown at the end of the second half getting messy, but that's already turnover given. Then the ball placement, kick forward, 2 turnovers in the space of about 15 seconds.
We've got another problem with the ref mark. Vandermeer's throw for Sekakete ruled not straight.
Scrum will line up. Scrum.
By Morne Ferreira, scrum called by Western Province.
Yeah, that's the shock look. Yeah, that is. I thought initially it was fine. Look up far across.
Keep it up straight.
DJ Dixon has to try jump across to try and get that ball. So the double front row change from the Cheetahs.
Yeah, Marne Kutsia replaced Aranos Kutsia before the conclusion of the first half.
Back 5 is on me, eh? Let's go, Gex. Let's go, Celtic.
And now another
Crouch.
South African under-20 international,
Bind.
Alulutu Chakweni,
Set.
who represented his country at under-20 level in 2018, onto the loose head side as a replacement for
Use it at the back.
Skalk Ferreira. First scrum penalty of the game to Western Province.
Yeah, it was called.
In and up, number 1.
I think it was by Twingile Jadazweni on the far side.
Shot.
So I think the Cheetahs surprised because they thought they were going forward, but was it legal or not? Is the question. Yeah, so called by the assistant ref. And you can see the disappointment from the Cheetahs hooker, Mohannes van der Merwe.
So Kate Voliter, who kicked the only shot at goal from either side in the first half, from well inside his own half and on the angle. So one thing we know for sure is that there's no issue with distance. This just over 50 meters on the angle, and if it goes over, it will by a mile, but
22
didn't have the direction that time.
And still to go also.
17 and then up.
Kate Voliter, I think he's only 21, if I'm not mistaken, so we're going to see a lot of those in the next couple of years.
Deep restart from Frans Steyn, and Voliter indicates that he's going high for Tristan Lades to chase. Cohen Jasper with the take, hunted down by Lades, and Western Province flooding into the breakdown, unable to effect the steal. Another huge boot downfield from Steyn. Sergio Peterson dropping back. Plenty of experience from him in a fullback jersey. And lost forward. It was a very awkward one.
I'm not sure. Did that go off his boot and then his shoulder? I'm not...
Yep. I think it was the second touch that was ruled to be the knock forward. He had plenty of time available to him. It was an awkward trajectory for him to gather.
Okay, so the input was, as soon as the pressure came, just keep it up straight, not in. Perfect.
Drops in. The loose. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on, man, done. Okay, simple. Go forward. You just saw it coming. Points us now and done. Please now.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Let's go, Jay.
After the ball run.
Going up in the front row, and it's a penalty this time. There have been very few scrum completions throughout the game. Ruan Pienaar quick to take the penalty kick. Doesn't quite get the bounce that he wants. And Sergio Peterson happy to have a go, beating the Cheetahs captain, then putting the boot in. Frans Steyn running hard and straight and powerfully and bumping defenders out of his path as he goes.
Entry.
And side entry from Western Province.
Entry from back.
Frans Steyn like a truck up the midfield. He does weigh, I think, close to 110 kilograms. No subtlety there.
And once again, turning down the opportunity to kick for goal.
Frans Steyn straight over. That's like a number 8 taking it back. And it's Keke Morava, so Namaklava penalized for joining from the side.
Just number 2, everybody just.
And that's just desperation because of such a good carry. So the Cheetahs needed that spark, and it came from Frans Steyn.
As it so often does.
Hold in front.
And Gideon van der Merwe
On the line.
peels away from the maul. Still not down, but now it is. It's a try for Mohannes van der Merwe, the first one of the game. It was a smart move from the line-out. Certainly not a conventional maul, and a wave of Cheetahs players came at Western Province at pace.
Yeah, and the Cheetahs changed. They went for a shift drive. That's why Gideon van der Merwe went through. And then the drop and roll from Mohannes van der Merwe.
Thanks.
Straight over, but remember that carry from Frans Steyn that created that opportunity.
It's an 8th Currie Cup try for Mohannes van der Merwe, second of this campaign in his 3rd appearance.
Perfect.
Cheetahs also have Louis van der Weste as another Namibian international in their ranks as a hooker option, not available for this fixture. So Ruan Pienaar's first attempted goal of the evening, and beautifully struck.
Just smart play, but also Frans staying with that carry from carryovers that got the penalty. Then from then on, goes down, not held, rolls over, try time.
The restart easily dealt with by Oki Barnard.
Use it!
Pienaar happy to play for a bit of territory. Western Province certainly haven't hurt the Cheetahs from the set piece.
It's all Western Province on. It's been broken field stuff, Matt. So Tristan Lay's doing something, Angela Davids, but not really cohesive on attack. We're setting up, looking for a 3 or 2 or a mismatch.
Kotsa finds Evans at the front with that ball just popping out the side of the maul. Kicked ahead by Ruan Pienaar. Back goes Angelo Davids. Away for Volata. Gets away from Pienaar.
Tackle! Release!
Tackle made and then lost forward by Kate Volata. Away by Frans Steyn. Well-timed tackle. And then Boshoff for Malcolm Yar. Excellent counter ruck from Western Province. And here is Sergil Peterson with Cornel Smith away to his right. Frans Steyn has stopped. And Sergil Peterson goes in. They are surely going to review this.
Yeah, I think they're going to look at that again. Well, the Cheetahs players stop playing.
He will sweep. Teddy, I had nothing clear. Check.
Slow down for me to slow down.
Just Lee Marvin Mazabuko. Yeah, that's forward. That's what you can see. Look at Frans Steyn here. He actually stops. He stops.
Yeah, calling it.
Yeah, I think the problem there was Sergio Peterson was almost in front of him. And he's a tight head prop also.
Give it yourself with the mark, please.
Come, boys. Fucking huge now.
Forward pass, no try.
Good counter from Western Province. I think it's Lee Marvin Mazabuko. Yeah, so the scrum's in the right place. Yeah.
Yeah, just it's always dangerous though, isn't it, to stop and give Sergil Peterson that opportunity to run the try in, because
yeah, he did the right thing. That's why you utilize technology. You can always come back.
Steady. Catch available at the back.
Frans Steyn again running hard at Western Province defensive line and taking defenders with him. That's the key. Penalty advantage to the Cheetahs. Beautifully picked up by Steyn off an awkward ball from Pienaar. Masuku. Little chip over the top. He was blocked as he made his chase, but Morne Ferreira was playing a penalty advantage for not rolling away the previous rack.
So tackles made.
Number 1. It's up.
I think it's JJ Kotsa.
Change for Western Province. Leon Lyons on for Quenzo Blosse in the front row.
Over the 15.
Towards the tail and over the 15-meter line as Jean-Andre Rudolph makes the take. Another powerful surge from the Cheetahs. They have their second.
Yeah, the Cheetahs now have come alive, using their forwards. First ball at the front, second ball at the back. Oh, what's going on here? So it was a good line out from the Cheetahs. Dummy to the middle, sorry, front middle, and then went to the back.
Jean-Andre Rudolph there was just being asked by the referee to calm down. He was the recipient at the line out, and then Gideon van der Merwe, the man ripping the ball and crashing over. Third try for him in this edition of the Carling Currie Cup, a 10th in total. Another sweet strike from Ruan Pienaar.
Yeah, that back ball hard to stop when it's a wall, especially when there's you go up for the contest. Well said from the Cheetahs. Very, very good variation, I must say, from the Cheetahs pack. That man been instrumental.
Went into half-time leading by a solitary penalty. All of a sudden, Western Province chasing the game away from home in Bloemfontein, looking for just their second win in the competition. Mentioned a sweet strike from Ruan Pienaar. Amazing to think that the Cheetahs have two such competent goal kickers in Sia Masuku and Frans Steyn, who've hardly had a shot at goal this season. Such is the proficiency of the team captain Ruan Pienaar from the kicking tee. Not too shabby out of the hand either. Good read from Tristan Lades though. Sets off on the counter. Out of contact for Godlin Masimla. Haba. Dixon is looking for Marcel Tennyson. Ball not going to hand. And a couple of knocks in there. Handling errors really have let Western Province down.
Yeah, sometimes you just need the forwards to tuck and take the ball up, win that game line, and then look to press from there. That's a side entry from Keke Morabe. That's Frans staying up the gut, nice and solid, physical. BJ Dixon getting winded.
While this injury is attended to, just back to Ruan Pienaar, one of my favourite rugby quiz questions is who was playing fly half for South Africa when they beat England 42-6 at Twickenham in 2008, and then the start of the Lions series in 2009, the first two test matches. The starting fly half and kicking for goal was Ruan Pienaar.
Okay, strokes are good. Just keep it up.
Such versatility.
And he's still around.
Yeah, and easy to forget. 88 test matches.
Yeah. What a player he's been, or still is.
Straight from school into the stadium.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
The Cheetahs now with 2 tries on the board. This is where they're dangerous. Centre field, split line, Pienaar. And a clever little kick into the corner. Brilliantly weighted kick from Cohen Jasper.
Good patient play, and you can see the Cheetahs here just hitting Western Province back, not conceding a lot of penalties, so territory definitely with the Cheetahs.
Cheetahs, open up a bit. Open up a bit.
Kotsa for Dixon and Masimla.
Balls available. Hold.
Back it comes for Cade Voliter. Ruan Pienaar, the man applying the pressure.
It's backwards.
Ball not gone out, but backwards off the hands of Kasende. Brought down by Dixon. Pienaar, Masuku, and Steyn. He has relished the opportunity to carry this evening. Not shying away from contact at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Golden Masimla.
He ran into him. He's just standing his ground.
So standing his ground is the call. And I think is that Mhlali Mosi that's down.
Yeah. I'm going to be this side now.
Yeah, difficult one. Chances are fair collision. You can see
Time's off.
Mhlali Mosi just bracing. Golden Masimla trying to get through.
Both. Thanks.
There's a little bit of excitement waiting to be injected into the game now, because with the tracksuit top off and ready to come on in jersey 23 is Roscoe Speckman.
Yeah, this game is going to suit him perfectly.
Isn't it just?
Keep your elbow up. Work hard to keep it up. Okay, support your body weight.
And he is replacing Malcolm Yar. No, he's not. He's replacing Daniel Kasende. Malcolm Yar moving from the left wing over to the right. And Roscoe Speckman, who got a test debut during the course of last year in the 15-man game, to go on with his extraordinary contribution to the Springbok Sevens team. Gets the chance to make his mark on this Currie Cup campaign once again.
That's both sides just working up.
Western Province should just look to get that ball out.
Okay, guys. Okay, Nama. Ruan.
It happened after the Cheetahs try.
Okay, the last thing we need is guys coming up to each other and then starting pushing and escalating it. All right, get the guys calm.
There's that push on Namaklava, that's what happened.
Perfect. Keep it in. That is pressure. That's pressure. You know what? As soon as we go forward, you're pulling out the again. We're good. Again. Let's go forward again, LJ. Let's show them. Another push in, LJ.
Can the game continue now, Matt?
Crouch. Bind. Set.
One went up, one went down.
And this whole passage of play is taking about 3 minutes.
Another change waiting to be made for the Cheetahs at the next break in play. Andisa Nsila loose forward for the Cheetahs. Looks like he will replace Jean-Ray Rudolph.
Crouch.
Some final instructions there for Andisa Nsila.
Set. Ball's available. Play it.
And penalty coming, unbound. And we saw a similar penalty in the first half where Jean-Andre Rudolph couldn't help himself to put pressure on the Western Province scrum off. Now it's Gideon van der Merwe who's penalised for not remaining bound to that scrum, and that's an excellent penalty kick.
Yeah. What happens with those scrums, as soon as the left-hand side walks around, he's giving a channel to Lee Marvin Mazibuka, so he just stays square and goes right straight through. Look what happens to the Cheetahs loose end out at the edge there, and then it forces the loose forwards to come around the corner.
Open up.
Change is made, and Jean-Andre Rudolph is the man to give way for Andy Santsila.
More.
BJ Dixon, the recipient. No contest from the Cheetahs as they pack in to defend the maul.
No four.
Western Province making good progress with their maul, and Foki Barnard was called out of it as well. Penalty advantage away by Smith, and the cross kick is from Volata. It's lost backwards and then dotted down by Roscoe Speckman, so they'll come back for the penalty.
Lapsing.
So penalty advantage. Western Province probably look at going for the setting up for the line out again.
Guys, what you're doing? The ball's still in play. The penalty's here. Over here. Okay, line to middle.
If you look at, there's an overlap there. That ball just needs to get to hand. Got Tristan Later and Sergio Peterson out wide.
Kutsa for Dixon once again. Little variation this time from Western Province with their maul.
His own man. Down.
And lost forward. Big celebration from the Cheetahs, defending that maul successfully.
Got a statement from the Cheetahs. Western Province lacking that accuracy at that maul. Tried the shift drive to go around. So if Cheetahs didn't contest, so look to go on the outside, on the far side.
Your own coach went down.
Knocked on. Western Province disappointed. Team that wants to play a tempo game, throw the ball around. That's disappointing. 11 handling errors. So the maul's collapsed. Tried to place it and then pop it. Ball gone.
Now, it's been a very difficult evening for both scrum halves. Thomas Bursey and Godlin Masimla. The quality of the ball at the base of rucks, you mentioned it earlier, is that the breakdown has been messy on both sides.
Keep it straight. Okay, I will look at. No, I just told him as well. Crouch. Bind.
Not just the also compared about the deload for Mr. The scrums have been a mess towards the end in the second half. A lot of collapses, ball at the back, play on. Both teams trying to scrum the hell out of each other. I think Simon Miller's on Connor Evans.
Let's go, Jack.
So Rudolph Smith is waiting to make an appearance on the side of the scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold line.
Front Stain lines up Cade Volata, who stands firm in the tackle. He just created exactly what Ruan Pienaar wanted. The two most experienced heads in the team combining smartly.
Yeah, you can see the value of that experience. That's just neat and tidy. Front Stain does exactly what's needed. Gets over the gain line, keeps defenders busy. And a perfect kick.
Numbers 5.
A perfect kick.
5 in. Flew on the line.
Down from Tennyson for Masimla. Volata. Smith that looked forward for Keke Morabe, who knocked it on anyway. And Malcolm Yar trying to set off on a run. There's a lot of ground to make back towards where that knock-on was made by Morabe.
Advantage over.
Advantage now called over as Siamasuku makes the kick. Volata. Lades.
It's back off White.
Went backwards off a Cheetah's hand. So play on is the call. Ricus Pretorius. Smith. And Angelo Davids with some space. Lines up Roscoe Speckman. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh no. He's out. He is absolutely out. He's on another planet. Yeah.
And the interception is now made by Victor Sekakete. Puts the boot in. Shoved down. Tristan Lades. Can't get away from Pinar. Pretorius. Beautiful stepping from Ricus Pretorius. Now he finds Angelo Davids. Amazingly, Speckman back on his feet, but he shouldn't be. Angelo Davids holds it up long enough for Miller. And then Smith looking for a support player. It's Tennyson. Desperate defending here from the Cheetahs. It comes for Davids. And Davids is in. Extraordinary turn of events, but you wonder whether the game should have been stopped for that.
No, that is extreme. I mean, the medic should have taken Roscoe Speckman straight off. They made him stand up and wait there. I was just praying that Angelo Davis did not run into him again. But the try given, this is Roscoe Speckman. He is out of the chair. This is after he's got knocked out here. I mean, there he should have been taken off. Game stopped or taken off straight away. He's got his head in the wrong position. And now the medics finally do the right thing. So the play continues. This is the end of it. So intercept here, long phase of play.
Tim's supposed to be stopped, okay?
I'm not sure what's Tim's wheels on now. Kate Volata's on. Frank Staines talking to the ref. Ron Pina's talking to Tungile Jadazweni.
Okay, Currie coming to you.
Okay, we're gonna have a look here.
So Quentin, can you hear me?
Yes, Mornay.
So my outfit decision is to try, as I had knocked backwards, but please confirm the facts.
Okay, so we're first going to see the possible knock-on, and then we'll go to the grounding.
Yes.
On the try.
Yeah.
So just have a look.
So Quentin Immelman, the TMO, has been asked to adjudicate.
Yeah, we had an advantage all the way, yeah.
Looking for grounding as well. First, did it go forward from that last ruck? Then the grounding from Davids. He's in the air, he's in the air.
Yeah, the grounding's fine.
Grounding's fine.
Whether it was a forward pass or not, but I think he's...
Okay, so Mornay.
Yes, Quentin.
With the possible knock-on, it's not clear and obvious that it's a knock-on.
Yes.
And then we've got a clear grounding as well.
Okay.
So try.
So you got clearly knocked backwards. Grounding is good. Try stands.
I'll tell you what, Matthew, that is one of the most bizarre tries you'll see.
So Cade Volata gets the opportunity to convert. Tim Sweel was up and ready to take his place, and in fact he will do after this kick. So this to get within 4. And Volata has put it between the uprights, and that is his last contribution to the contest.
It's game on, yeah, and this is worrying. So Roscoe Speckman's out. Look, he can't even make the tackle. He actually goes straight to ground. And Angelo Davids finishing. That's where Speckman should have gone off. And then a lot to talk about there. Was it a forward pass? Grounding at the same time, but the try given. It's game on now.
And a fourth try of the campaign for Angelo Davids. So Reinhard Fortuin has come on for the Cheetahs, wearing jersey number 22.
Play it, you've got to turn over.
And replacing
Leave it blue.
another replacement in Roscoe Speckman, who we definitely will not see again, Maklali Morsi. And here's Frans Steyn lining up a drop goal away to the left.
22.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, not a bad idea, Matthew, considering this game has been, you know, turnover, broken field play, messy at times, good at times, physical at times.
Everyone behind.
Just trying to calm things down.
Behind.
Put the pressure back on top of the log.
And Dixon with a little short 22-meter dropout, looking for Tennison.
No hands wide.
Dixon, it was an excellent tackle from Chakweni.
Ball backwards.
And it's fallen for Ervadi Bosov. Penalty advantage in front of the posts to the Cheetahs.
He'll be gone, yeah.
Cynically from the side and off feet.
That's where you need. See, Western Province have gotten that initial break. All you needed was fly, call the ball, kick it downfield, put the knock on and a yellow card. So this is a massive swing. Massive swing
side
here.
entry and off feet. Shot.
And for the first time in the game, the Cheetahs, the log leaders, line up a shot at goal from a penalty. Yeah, in the side, killing the ball with the try line beckoning. And bang in front from Ruan Pienaar opens up the gap to 7 once again. Change being made by Western Province.
Okay, hold on.
Kepke Morabe being placed by Rudolf Smith.
The replacement on.
At number 8.
Let's go.
Sweels restart taken down by Sergio Moreira. Another Cheetahs player in his first season of Currie Cup rugby. Good leap from Tristan Lades. There's a fair contest between the two fullbacks, Tristan Lades and Cohen Jasper.
Time's off.
Yeah, landed badly, Tristan Lades.
Good guy, just keep him space.
I think it hits his head there. As he goes down, his head hits the ground first.
They are clearing it. They are clearing it. I had a fair contest, but they are clearing it.
And he's just come back from injury also. Goes up, just you can look at how he lands, so the context on the air, his back of his head, he gets that whiplash on the back of his head as he lands on the grass,
Blue
on the ground.
Good. Yeah. Clear rapid collision. Yeah. In a position to contest for the ball, yeah. Yeah, perfect. Rapid collision, both is in a realistic position to compete for the ball.
So while this attention is being given to Tristan Lades, and rightly so, taking every bit of time that they need, given the nature of the injury. As Shimmy mentioned, the whiplash effect on the neck. There is a stretcher on the field, but there's another change being made in the front row. Lucanio Vokozela gets a Currie Cup debut in place of JJ Kotzer at hooker, and this is just a wonderful story. A player found by Murray Ingram and his team at Connect Academy, and they look to identify young talent and place them in more recognised rugby schools. And what a fabulous journey this has been for Lucanio Vokozela. I know you've been very impressed with him. He's not backwards in coming forwards.
Exactly. Aggressive player, young player. Don't forget to mention Matthews, a Ronderbosch boy and a hooker.
Got a couple of things in common with my co-commentator.
Vokozela, young kid, was playing under 20 rugby, so Currie Cup debut for Western Province. Played his heart out for Ronderbosch Boys High School, getting an opportunity. What a great story. See the hug there from Marcel Tennyson, just congratulating him. He's going to get 10 minutes. He'll want to get his hands on the ball, get stuck into scrums, rucks, and tackle anything in a Cheetahs jersey. Lucanio Vokozela.
Just such a wonderful vindication of the work done by the Connect Academy as well. There are many people who work tirelessly in this game to create opportunity for those who might otherwise not have had it. And a special moment. It's never good to see this, but every precaution being taken. And I think I might have just seen a little thumbs up from Tristan Lades to Angelo Davids as he left the field. So some pretty nasty collisions that we've seen in the last 10 minutes of this game or so. Roscoe Speckman and Tristan Lades, we wish them well. It's a 7-man scrum for Western Province. They've been under a bit of pressure at scrum time as it is. And Morne Ferreira has a penalty advantage being shown. Pick up from Morsi. Pinar, lovely show of the ball with Jasper away to his right.
Oh, last feet, no.
Moreira, Van der Merwe. Now Pinar, Masuku and Steyn. Hard and straight from Francois Steyn. Beautiful line as well. And that'll be the try for Reinhard Fortuin. First try of the season for him. And that should be enough to seal it, with Western Province down to 14 men for almost the rest of the game, barring a few seconds.
Yeah, that's the quality of Frans Steyn. This was all on penalty advantage also from the scrap. Look at this, the power carry from Frans Steyn. Goes over Cornell Smith, keeps defenders busy and gets the offload. He's been doing it for 15 years and he's still doing it, Frans Steyn. Decisive moment and he makes it count.
Really has bossed it in the true sense of the word this evening, Frans Steyn. They had a lead by 14 points to 3 after their first 2 tries. Now they've opened up a 14-point lead. This is where the scrum advantage was, or the penalty advantage at the previous scrum.
Yeah, and Ruan Pienaar sells the dummy. But again, yeah, not forcing any passes from the Cheetahs. Frans Steyn does the rest. There wasn't an overlap, there was nothing on really. He just created it using his strength.
Masimla, Sweel, And Pretorius. It's an excellent tackle from Chakweni once again. He's made a couple of important tackles.
Counter-rock's good.
Cornel Smith and Volata. Franstein, the man making the tackle.
Leave it now.
And the ball lost by Western Province on the ground. And Decent Sealer, beautiful offload. And here come the Cheetahs once again. Oh, Mklali Morsi just losing the ball. It wasn't a great pass for him. Had to go high. Oh, yes, we share the frustration.
Close to his bedtime also.
All right.
Starting to open up a bit, some tired men around on the field. That's Leon's Lions down to Quinzo Plus. He'll start he's warming up already.
Must be off.
Yeah, that doesn't look good for Leon Lions. Will not be able to continue.
Herach. Revent, Vicky. Revent.
Victor Sekaketa has been at the heart of everything this Cheetahs pack has done this evening. Some good contesting, line-out time, and quick around the park as well. So Quinzo Blose is back on the field. Attention is being given now to Lucanio Vokozela. Only just come onto the field for his Currie Cup debut. Getting some heavy strapping to his right ankle.
All right.
Roscoe Speckman actually mightily relieved to see him sitting at the side of the field.
Yeah, it's worrying, Matthew. You know, he gets knocked out clean. He's got to be taken off the field or he stop playing.
Thank you.
You know, if Angela Davids had run into him again at that place, you don't know what damage could have been done also.
He's in conversation with Clayton Blommetjies on the side of the field and one of the medical staff as well.
Okay, time on. Crouch. Bind. It's a first scrum, you guys. All right. Stability and control.
One more change remains to be made for the Cheetahs. Revan Kriya is ready and waiting. The replacement scrum half. Ruan Pino is such an influential part of the team's success in this campaign. You can understand why the replacement scrum halves get so little time. Kriya in his first season of Currie Cup rugby.
Set. Both down, balls available.
Away from a collapsed scrum by Masimla, Swiel and Pretorius. Malcolm Yar was quick to try and latch himself over the top of that ball. It's Peterson.
It's backwards.
Western Province doing everything they can to keep the ball alive. Away by Smith for Pretorius. Now Davids. This time does opt for the chip and chase. And goes in high around Cohen Jasper.
Okay, got the advantage. High tackle.
It was certainly a high tackle from Angelo Davids on Jasper. Masuku and Boshoff. Van der Merwe out in the wide channels.
No advantage.
You can see the hands on these. There'll be some long phases here. The big main tire, you can see from here.
Side tackle.
Jaco Kutsia made this call, the assistant referee, Cohen Jasper. Yeah, that's
That hand around the neck.
clearly illegal from Angelo Davids.
Tell you what, Angelo Davids has had some angry carries today.
Okay. Yes, you're on the line. The blue on the line.
So still
9.
a log point for the Cheetahs to play for here in the final 3.5 minutes. They're a try away from a bonus point.
Not much. 6.
Looked assured of retaining their unbeaten record in the competition so far. Steyn runs hard at Tim Sweel. And that's a well-timed tackle from Godlin Masimla. Clear is on for Pienaar. Steyn, Masuku just delayed the pass a fraction, but a little knock in there. It came off a Western Province player, I think.
Yeah, let's go.
Go forwards. Let's go for it. The props. Proppies. Proppies.
Well, Namaklaba is back on
Now, all day, boy.
with less than 2 minutes to play. When he went off, I was certain that he'd only be back with a few seconds to play. It seemed to indicate 69 minutes and a few seconds, but he's been called back by the officials.
Point. Set.
So the Cheetahs need a try for a bonus point. Western Province need a converted try for a losing bonus point.
Left. No, you're on the
Having
line.
got back to within 4 points at one stage.
Crouch. Point. Set.
It's an evening on which Western Province will rule their handling errors. It's not that they haven't had their share of opportunity, but 13 handling errors and 10 penalties tells a story.
Yeah, lost opportunity here for the Cheetahs to try and get that bonus point you spoke about. So Frans Steyn, will he go maximum here? Look for the 5 meter. Kate Voliter is waiting at the back. So he's kicked that over, hasn't he?
He's kicked it straight over the dead ball line. He was looking for every possible centimetre on that kick.
Scrum option.
We're just back to that point, Shim. 13 handling errors, 10 penalties. That's not going to create a great deal of rhythm in a performance, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Some of this handling is you just need to tuck the ball and go. We're trying to force that offload.
And we've known the Cheetahs throughout the campaign so far to be a team that loves to give the ball a lot of air, use the width of the field, but when it was necessary, they went to the maul. They scored 2 tries to the maul just to establish a bit of dominance in the game.
Set. Steady.
Godlin Masimla taken out hard in the tackle. Malcolm Yar was looking for the boot through. It's come kindly for Sergil Peterson. Final opportunity here after full time for Western Province down in
Advantage.
Cheetahs 22-meter area. They have a penalty advantage.
That's good.
None accruing.
Not rolling. Ja, wat raak. Not rolling. Yep.
Tim Sweel sets up the line out, so Lucanio Vokozela will have one final throw. To the tail he goes.
That's fine. Advantage sacking the supporter. Sacking
And
the
another
supporter.
penalty advantage they have here, Sweel. Oh, and Peterson couldn't gather.
Sacking the supporter, number 17.
And the tap and go from Tiernison. Western Province desperate for that final score. Try awarded.
On the line. And he's driven back.
Unable to see who got that down. Who is last up? Rudolf Smith it is. Rudolf Smith who gets up having grounded the ball on the line. And gets a first try in this Currie Cup campaign. So there'll be one final kick here.
Thanks.
Cade Volater it is who steps up to convert and get Western Province within 7 points at the end of the game. And they led by 3 points to 0 at half-time. And then 3 second-half tries from the long leaders coming into this round 6. Answered by 2 from Western Province, scored by Angelo Davids and then by Rudolf Smith at the end. But the Cheetahs maintaining their unbeaten record in the Carling Currie Cup. Full time in Bloemfontein, the Cheetahs 24, Western Province 17.